Aviation pioneer Dick Russell's distinguished career includes 26 years as an air safety chairman and 5 years as spokesman for the Airline Pilots Association. He's flown virtually every passenger plane made since the DC-3. In the fall of 1956, Dick Russell was flying as a co-pilot when his flight captain pointed out the window.
And I looked up and I saw an object which was saucer in shape. It was approximately 50 or 60 feet in diameter. I was stunned and I said, "What is that?" And about that time, it zoomed across in front of my windscreen and stopped, and then flew off at about a 45-degree angle, very high speed. I said, "What in the world was that?" He said, "Well, now you've seen one." But he says, "You can't tell anybody because they think you're nuts."
Ridicule and humiliation have been a constant for pilots ever since they first began to report UFO sightings during the Second World War.
Pilots know now that you can make reports all day long and nothing will be done about it, nothing will be investigated. They'll take your report and they lose it immediately. Military pilots have made reports many times. They've chased them. They have been set out to chase it, to find out what they are. They come back with reports and it's as far as it ever goes.
In the early 1950s, Art Schaff was flying 7 passengers, including 2 officers, from Eglin Air Force Base in Florida to Louisville, Kentucky, when he had a spectacular sighting. The next day, Schaff was thoroughly debriefed.
There was a full colonel who was chief of intelligence, and he's the one that called me in. I found out later that everybody was called in that was on that flight, and everybody apparently saw the same thing. Back in those days, when more than one person had a sighting like this, they used mass hallucination as a possible answer to the whole thing.
Schaff had been the first to notice the strange orange light hovering alongside the plane. He quickly pointed it out to his co-pilot.
Out of nowhere, it's alongside of us. These 3 huge glowing balls in a triangle. And it stayed right with us as we pressed on. And the colonel said, "Art, turn into it." And I said, "Forget it." And he kept it up. So I very gingerly dropped my left wing into this, whatever it was, and it just took off like a streak.